Police confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto.
If Kendrick gets the better of this, I'm gonna get upset at Kendrick that if you're this good, if you're this guy who's even better than the guy who I really like, you show up once every 5 years, you don't put out music, you're not ever present in music, like that create a disdain for.
So the Kendrick Lamar and Drake feud has hit new heights following a house shooting at 2 a.m. last night outside Drake's house. Since this news has come out, the entire hip-hop world has been talking about it. And who was behind it? Was it Kendrick, The Weeknd, a random fan? We'll be checking out all the most recent details, so be sure to stick around till the end for the full details.
A shooting reportedly occurred outside Drake's Toronto home, leaving a man seriously injured. Drake was unharmed in the incident. The shooter, the suspect, fled getting away really fast. And this is the same house that Kendrick Lamar used for Not Like Us. So what do y'all think about this, man? Do y'all think Kendrick had something to do with it, allegedly? Or do y'all think this is another one of the people that Drake dissed and they just going for his neck?
When you look back at feuds with the likes of Tupac and Biggie, everyone loved it till the pair ended up dying because of it. And with how serious Drake and Kendrick have been going at each other in their last few diss tracks with some outlandish claims, where Kendrick says Drake should die, and now this happens, it isn't exactly a good look. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. This way you'll never miss out on any future celebrity videos similar to these. Pictures of the front window of Drizzy's London OVO store that had been vandalized with the words, "They not like us," from what appears to be K-Dot's final word in the war, "Not like us," surfaced on Tuesday. The vandals are unknown. Drake is really getting targeted overseas too. Maybe this feud with Kendrick wasn't such a good idea after all. J. Cole really played it smart by apologizing and dipping the feud. Kendrick literally won this beef. He got people in Drake City upset. I never thought Drake would lose the public. Should have never messed with the boogeyman. See, there's no limit to influence, and the way this can go shows how powerful music really is, and especially the words. It is pretty crazy when you think about it, especially since Not Like Us dropped, as you have to admit. I'm even a Drake fan, and it's evident that song was the best commercial song, with the beat and his flow out of all their tracks which have been released thus far. Although DJ Academics did confirm last night that someone was supposed to release a track last night, but because of the shooting at Drake's house, it was delayed.
I think y'all, if I tell you this, y'all gonna assume something that I'm not saying. There was supposed to be some new music today. I'm not saying from who, nor am I going to confirm if it was from either party that we've been really interested in. The plan of releasing that got foiled today after some really serious news came out. If you guys don't know, there was a shooting at Drake's house this morning. A shooting where his security guard was hit in the chest in what's being called a drive-by.
Now, of course, he didn't specify who was going to be dropping, and that it may not even be Drake or Kendrick, but who else really could it be that fans would be excited for? There's Future and Gunna, who have been feuding a bit over the past 24 hours, which would be a big beef. It'll be interesting to see where Kendrick and Drake go from here following the shooting. The main argument from Drake in his diss tracks was that he's the biggest artist, and no one can touch him in terms of numbers, streams, and money. And well, that appears to have changed following their diss tracks. Not Like Us breaks its own all-time record for biggest single-day streams of a hip-hop song in US Spotify history, with a new high of 6.812 million streams, which is insane. He beat Drake at his own game, which is unheard of. DJ Academics was on a live stream last night and was discussing the shooting at Drake's house and who was allegedly behind it and what it means for the beef moving forward.
I have spoken with Drake and he's okay. He said he's good, but the streets is talking. From what I'm hearing, this got nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick didn't send some hitters. Obviously, he's going to get reported as such. But what I'm hearing, this wasn't random. There was a shooting that occurred about 10 minutes before, about less than 2 miles from here. And keep in mind, this isn't like the hood, right? This ain't like Southside Chicago. This is a rich neighborhood that doesn't see violence and doesn't see gunfire. And also in Canada, it's kind of almost damn near illegal to have a gun. So when you hear that 2 incidents of gun violence occurred within two miles and 10 minutes, they seem to be possibly related. But I do believe that, and I've told you guys this entire thing was orchestrated by XO. in my opinion. Now, I'm talking about music right now. This is music. I believe that The Weeknd and Drake has always had issues. It was always pacified because both of them had shared people in common. I believe at a certain point, that stopped being the case. And apparently they patched it up a bunch of times. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people from Toronto has hit me, giving me like their idea of what's going on and basically saying, yo, some of this is word on the street.
However, after ruining Drake's image to his own family on Meet the Grams, this track places him on a platter for the music industry as a whole, especially the individuals who have probably contributed the most to his success. Drake attempted to discredit Kendrick's credibility by praising other West Coast musicians, who, in his opinion, accurately reflect the region and the way of life that is frequently depicted in so much of the music from that area. In particular, Drake singles out Chris Brown and YG as genuine West Coast musicians, while Kendrick is not. He takes Drake's assertions and refutes them with the first line of this song, which features the one and only production credit from West Coast producer DJ Mustard, who has collaborated with YG since their inception, and is unquestionably the producer who has released the most hits in the past 10 years. Kendrick pretty much blocks another of Drake's attacks without even speaking. Beyond simply the Mustard production, Kendrick ups the ante on his troll game. Over this upbeat West Coast beat, Kendrick uses the same kind of flow and rhyme scheme patterns that are associated with Bay Area MCs like E40. With all the musical optics set up here to directly challenge Drake's statements, Kendrick has the ability to attack Drake in any manner possible. Before we go any further into the video, what are your guys' thoughts on this ongoing feud between the pair? Is it looking likely Kendrick Lamar has officially won, or will Drake respond with something damaging? Comment down below. There have never been so many conspiracy theories around a rap duel. In addition to dealing with phony songs, Drake and Kendrick Lamar have disseminated rumors about each other without offering verifiable proof. On May 7th, the disinformation campaign persisted. It was said that Drake's record company, UMG, intervened to terminate the fight because the rappers seemed to be losing. A list of actions UMG took to address the situation was contained in a paper that became online. According to the disputed document, Drake's feud with The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar was requested by UMG. It included assertions that UMG was losing money as a result of Drake's alleged pedophilia, and it described Zoom meetings with the musicians' respective labels. It didn't take long for actual UMG representatives to declare that none of these measures had been implemented. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.